Most people actually completely ruin their chances of closing a deal just by replying the wrong way. After 3 years in tech sales and booking and taking hundreds, if not thousands of meetings, I know how to respond to leads, what make them tick, and how to get those leads onto a booked call. So in this call, I'm going to break down the exact response frameworks, show you real life examples of me replying to leads, and also show you any automation tactics that I have used before to make it even more effortless and streamlined. So let's get into it. So the first thing is speed. The faster you respond, the more deals you close. So what can you actually do to make it a bit more seamless and a bit more efficient for you? You can set up a webhook to your make.com account from Instantly that will notify you for any positive leads. Technically, all you do is go into your Instantly, go into settings, integrations, webhooks, add a webhook, and you can just click the event type. So for example, I don't really trust the sentiment analysis of doing lead is marked as interested. So we'll do reply received. We'll go into here, into make, create a custom webhook. Reply, we'll do instantly, reply received. Save it, copy the address, go back into Instantly, put it in there, and you want to set the target campaign you want to send notifications from. So for example, I'll just click that one, add the webhook, and does it listen for data or anything? It doesn't. But then what you do, click save. You'd use Make's new AI tools, and if you haven't got access to it yet, you'd probably do a OpenAI create a completion module. You'd give it the text from the webhook, which is obviously we haven't got it yet. And then once that comes out positive, if you have an iPhone, you can just send a push notification, set up to say, reply received, go check it out, save, whatever, choose a device. You set up a filter to say only if the sentiment equaled positive. It would only go through, send you a notification, and then wherever you are, you know that Instantly has, you've got a reply through from Instantly. Now, in all fairness, Instantly do, if you have the app, they can send notifications to your phone. Just sometimes it doesn't work. Like for example, me at the moment, it's not working at all. I'm getting the emails saying that saying that I'm getting a positive reply to a lead, but nothing's coming through on the phone. So I don't actually know. And I need to refresh Instantly because it doesn't just come through for me. I don't know if it does for you, but I have to keep refreshing to understand when I've got a new lead that's come in. Now, I don't know if you guys know the stats around how quick you should respond to leads. Let's just have a quick Google. Apparently, responding to inbound leads within the first 5 minutes will significantly increase the likelihood of converting leads into customers. I think it's like within the first 5 minutes, if you respond to a lead within the first 5 minutes, you've got a 400% more likelihood of actually closing that deal. You can imagine there's multiple different people. If they've replied to you with some kind of interest, it's probably because they have some kind of need, unless your email copy and your offer is absolutely incredible. But the likelihood is that they've been looking around, they might have a need, and you've just got into their inbox at the exactly right time. So they've probably been speaking to other people. So you need to get in there ASAP, as quick as possible. Another thing you could do is set up an auto reply system. So I've shown this in another video and dedicated the whole video to it, but I'll just briefly show you now as well. So this is a system I set up quite a while ago. I haven't fully optimized it yet. There's a long way to go, which I am planning to do before I start my next campaign. But essentially, once a positive reply comes in, I am going to change that to just the normal webhook that I've just set up with the sentiment analysis using Make's AI tools. We'll then extract the details, again using Make AI's tools. If a phone number doesn't exist in the signature, it will go down this path, see if this is a database, it will see if it's already in the database. If not, it will create a reply, and using Instantly's new V2 API docs, it will send the reply and let me know when it's sent a reply. If a phone number does exist, it will check the database again, just to make sure that this person hasn't been contacted before at any point. And then it will send a text saying, hi, this is either Amelia, Isabella, Jack, or Ben, and I'm going to just send you a call in 30 seconds. So when you get this phone call, just you know who it is. And then using VAPI, which again, I will show you later down the line, you can just give them a call just to qualify that lead and get a meeting booked in without you even lifting a finger, doing a thing. This system you could sell for multiple 5 figures. I don't know if that works. You can send for over 10 grand, basically. Another thing you could do is a pre-written response template. So essentially what you'll do is understand the main replies you get, because normally your call to actions are going to be very similar. Can I send a video? Can I send more information? Can I send even more information? They're all going to be sort of similar, which means you can just set up response templates, because people are going to say different things. For example, if you said, are you interested in a no-charge test drive, you're going to get a lot of sure ! A lot of people say that. So you're going to have something written there straight away that you can just copy and paste and put it in, because it's a bit of a ball ache having to type this out constantly. So match their energy and intent. So there's 3 types of leads that come in. So what I mean by this is that not all leads are actually ready to buy there and then when they reply. Some are. They're like, yes, let's get on a call. While others might need a bit of nurturing. You have cold emailed them. They don't have a clue who you are. They're going to need just a bit of nurturing, just to bring their guard down, just to bring them back to surface level, so you can have a proper human conversation with them, rather than always a salesman, stay the fuck away from me. So essentially, your response should match their intent level. Yeah, cool, let's book a call, is what the lead says. You'd come back with, absolutely, here's my calendar, book something in and I'll speak to you then. So if they're warm leads, and they might just say, yeah, send me the video, or yeah, send me some more information. Or they might just ask about the features or benefits or how it works, whatever. Your response needs to sort of match that. And I'll go through the examples later about how you'd reply to those sort of replies. And there's ones that are still very much cold. They're very vague response, instantly still mentions them as interested, but really if you were going to do it, you probably wouldn't have put them in that category as interested. Nevertheless, they have replied, and there's got to be some kind of curiosity that you've got to now create because of how uninterested they were at the start. You've now got to get them interested. And I've also put at the bottom here, never give pricing over an email. I've put it in caps because it is very important, but I've also put unless you have to, because in one of the examples I have mentioned pricing in there, but we did manage to get a call at the end. But it was only because I sort of handled the injection a couple times, and then on the third occasion it was like, right, okay, yeah, here's the pricing. It's obviously a deal breaker. We've booked a call later down the line anyway. One of the most important things when replying to cold leads is to build trust and lower resistance. Okay. Now you really got to think about this in the fact that these people do not know you and they do not trust you at all. And why the hell should they? I mean, I think there's a line on, what's it called? The Wolf of Wall Street, where he's saying these people don't trust you and why should they? You're a bunch of sleazy salesmen. I mean, you guys aren't, if you follow me, you should definitely not be a bunch of sleazy salesmen. You should be a bunch of people very interested in AI and are very eager to help businesses understand more about AI and implement it into their businesses to become more future-proof in the future. But nonetheless, I'm digressing. So you want to say phrases like, I don't even know if we can help you yet. We'd have to understand a little bit more about this, a little bit more about that. You don't want to be sending things like to relate back to the point I made before about sending pricing over their email. You haven't built any sort of gap, okay? They're very, very surface level. You've got to, through some sort of questioning, either over the phone or on a call, understand a bit more what it is they're going through, what they're doing now, their current situation, make them understand where they could potentially be, and then you've built that gap, their current situation to where they know they could be. And there's a gap there, okay? And you can play on that gap. So certain phrases I like to use when in cold email, especially in the first and second response. It's like, look, and I don't even know if we can help you yet. They might have come back with, just give me pricing. And you'd say something like, look, yeah, I can get you pricing 100% for sure. I can do that. But what might help you a bit more is if I understand about this and that and what you're doing now, because at the end of the day, what you're doing now might be perfect and you might not even need us. And suddenly they're thinking, oh, this is strange. Who's this telling me we don't, he's trying to sell me on his first email. And now he's saying we don't even need him. No, you need me. They're having some sort of FOMO and they're wanting to get more into the conversation with you. It's a weird psychological on the mushrooms, psychological trick, what's a treat? Say phrases like, what might help you? Look, remember, you're always out to help them. It's not about you. It's not about your service, not about your product. You're here to help them understand about AI, to implement that into their business. So what might help you actually, not, oh yeah, can I do this? Can I do that? No, what might help you? Like I mentioned before, you might not even need us. Something I've been saying recently, because as you can imagine, when you're outreaching, trying to sell, I suppose, the cold outreach system, as you can imagine, as I'm sure if you've done it yourself, a lot of people think of you as a lead generation agency. Yeah, we pay on commission, or we pay per lead, or whatever. And like, something I say is, no, we're not lead gen. I understand why you'd misinterpret and think of us like that, but no, we're not lead generation agency. We're a hyper automations company. We just love AI and the power it can bring to businesses. I actually said this, and I'll show you exactly what I said in a couple minutes. But we're a hyper automations company. We implement high ROI systems into businesses that completely suit them, for them to own and run and keep and drive ROI long into the future. If that's something that interests you, owning your own system, utilizing AI and making a hell of a load of money while doing it, then we can talk about possible next steps. But if you are looking for a lead gen agency, then we're not a fit. If you say that, I haven't had one person go, no. You're suddenly breaking up with them, and they're like, no, whoa, hold on, don't close the door. Well, what are you saying? Tell me more about that. Promise you, every single response, that's what you'll get. And really important, always end each email with a CTA. Even if they've asked a question and you're answering that question, don't just answer it and that's it. Give them something to reply to. Give them a call to action. Even if it's just, would that help you? Or is there still interest? Whatever it is. I'll show you examples in a minute, but always end it with a call to action. Another important one is follow-ups. And this is what I think not enough people do and don't really do it good enough. So I've put in here, always be following up. Now, if you guys are aware of Jeremy Minor, you'll know he hates the word follow-up. He calls it the F word. And I'm sure you've probably, if you are aware of Jeremy Minor from some of the phrases and terms that I use in my sales calls, you'll understand that I know quite a lot about him too. And I've learned a lot of my stuff from Jeremy Minor. So if you don't know him, go check him out. He's on Instagram, LinkedIn. He's pretty much everywhere. And there's some real good tips in there about sales. I will actually be uploading a live sales call at some point. I was actually going to do it today, but the guy didn't turn up. And this is another funny little thing, is I've told you before that your time is very valuable. I'll actually show you this email. In fact, let's do it now. So I won't actually show you the guy's email, just out of respect for him. But you can see at 12:15 today, I said, hi, Gary, just confirming your availability for today's meeting at 1. He didn't get back to me, and always do that. Always confirm the meeting. I've probably done it a bit late there with 45 minutes to go, but always do it in the morning. Just confirming your availability for today's meeting. And then you're on their mind as well. They're reminding themselves where you came from and whatnot. And they're in the morning, just before the call, they're getting themselves excited again about the prospect of speaking to you because they were excited about your email. At 1:01, I put on now, and at 1:05, I said I'll give it until 10 past. And then I sent him this. So Gary, we had a scheduled call today, and that's the second time he failed to turn up to the meeting. The first time he said he didn't like using third-party apps. The third-party app was cal.com, and then he wanted to use Google Meets, which didn't make sense to me. So I said, I want to be clear, guys, and I want to be clear with you guys as well. You don't always have to be so polite, nicey to your prospects, okay? Your time's valuable just as much as theirs. If you stop being overly polite, they're going to see you as way above you. They're going to see themselves as way above you. And that's not good. You are in the position of authority, and that's the mental switch you have to have. A lot of people think sales is, oh, be nicey. It's all about relationships, but build relationships. Yes, to a degree, but you still have to have a position of authority over people. You can't just be all nicey all the time. My time got wasted today and I wasn't happy about it. So let's carry on with this email. I want to be clear. I have plenty of other clients and prospects who want our help. I make sure to respect the time of each and every one of these clients, and I would expect the same in return. If something urgent came up, I can understand that. So I wasn't just getting too overly emotional. I was annoyed, but this was a logical email. It wasn't like, oh my God, you really annoyed me. Now I'm going to spit all my feelings out on an email. No, it was like, look, I understand something might have gone wrong. That makes sense to me. I get that. But at the same time, I value my time, and I'd expect the clients or my clients to value my time as much as I value theirs and respect it. So if something urgent came up, I do understand, but if you're not interested and just intent on wasting my time, no hard feelings. I will allow you to reschedule one more time if this is a genuine accident, but I would need confirmation. I don't have time to sit on meetings waiting for someone to turn up, and it's not fair on other clients who wanted that spot. Let me know how you wish to proceed, Ben. And he came back with, hi Ben, apologies. I had a cold over the weekend, so wasn't working. And my Calendly doesn't automatically add meetings to my Mac calendar. And this one wasn't on there. My mobile WhatsApp is, obviously, I've deleted that for obvious reasons. That's the best way to contact me. I am free rest of the day. If you'd like to get in touch, or please book another time and I'll add to my calendar manually. Unfortunately, I had no time for the remainder of today. I've been incredibly busy. As you can see, it's 9 o'clock. This will be going out tomorrow. But this was just a sort of example that you don't need to be all nicey. Okay, obviously don't be rude. It has to be professional. But people have to understand that they can't just walk all over you. Okay, you do have other clients who value your time, want to understand what it is you do. You can't have time for time wasters. We've rescheduled this for Thursday, and if he doesn't turn up, I'm throwing my laptop out the window. So Jeremy Miner likes to say, just getting back to you. So I'm just getting back to you on this. So you'll see my first follow-up. In fact, I'll show you. You'll see here my first follow-up. It's again AI generated, but when you just take a look at it, every single one says the exact same thing. Just getting back to you on this. They all say, just getting back to you on this. D3A is an incredible at nurturing tech entrepreneurs. Anyway, but they all say, yeah, just getting back to you, just following up with you. Like, it's just circling back. You don't want to say anything like that. I'm just getting back to you. I just had a minute to get back to you on this. I just had the time in between meetings to get back to you. That's again the level of authority that you need to have. You know, I've just had a couple minutes just in between meetings just to drop you an email. That would be a great one. I might integrate that one. That's good. If people maybe respond positively, but then you don't really hear off them, you can send something like, oh, here's a video, just in case that didn't make sense, so you can understand it better. Always have a video. I need to make mine a lot better. Mine's pretty crap at the moment. It needs some work. I need some time to be able to do that. Or you can just say, yeah, if you already sent them the video, I don't know if that video was too long, or I don't know if that video was crap, or I don't know if you didn't have time to watch that video, but here's some more info just in case you didn't have the time. And here's a killer last email, which again is Jeremy Miner's, so all credit to Jeremy, not me. But I started using this in my sales job, and this would just generate incredible amounts of replies. So I use it here as well, which is the same. Tried to reach you a few times now, but I haven't heard back. New line. Where should we go from here? That is it. Send that email after people who have replied positively. You've sent a couple, 3 more emails, maybe even tried to give them a call if you've got their number. but they are just completely ghosted. So try that email. The response rate is like 70% above. Oh, I'm sorry, I was just cleaning my dog's toes or whatever, and you tend to get a lot more replies from that. So time for some examples. I'll show you exactly what I've put so you can sort of understand what this looks like in a real life situation. So I'm just going to re-record this bit. I've already recorded it. This is actually the following day. So if things look a little different, that's why. But it's basically because I was showing you the leads, emails and phone numbers, and I know you scumbags out there are going to spam them. So I thought it would be best to just re-record with obviously all the details taken out. So I sent this very generic email from a very generic campaign. And he came back with, "Hello, Benin. Just describing one sentence where your value is." Now, what would you lot actually say to that? If you just take a moment to think, describing one sentence where the value is. Would you go into the services and the products and the benefits and everything like that? Features? I just came back really short, mirrored exactly the same tone of voice that he was using, and just said, "Nice question. Qualified leads on autopilot." Was that good enough? Call to action, and just getting my name right. He put, or 50 Cent put, "Leads for what?" Yeah, that's not funny at all. I said, "People that want to buy your service, please call me." Gave me his phone number, and we had a phone call at like 7, it says there, 7 p.m. And I'm just in the middle of doing a quite large project for them. Right, number 2. So again, very generic email. And this was the follow-up, and he got back, but he said, "Sounds great, but to be honest, I get 15 to 20 emails a month saying the exact same thing, and they're all junk. Give me your pitch and tell me why yours will work for a virtual event platform." Again, just have a quick think, pause the video about what you'd actually say here. Would you go into features and benefits, why we're the best, why you're the best at what you do? It would be the wrong approach if you were to do that. You should do what I did. Okay. Now I have just said I talked about features and benefits, and that you shouldn't talk about features and benefits, and you actually are going to see that I talked a little bit about features and benefits, but I saved it at the end. I think I did go on a bit of a salesperson tangent, but I brought it back. So I said, so something made you reply to this one. We actually work with a similar company to yours already, but however, there's no way you could actually understand the system unless you saw it. I'm sure all the other systems that you get emailed about are great. So again, it's not saying I'm the best person in the world at this. You know what? Everyone else is probably pretty good too. It all just depends on what you're wanting as a company. But one thing is for sure though, I build it for you. I implement it into your business, and it's for you to own and keep and run for as long as you possibly want. You'll get your own tailored app, tailored system and ongoing support. So that's where I talk about a bit of features and benefity. But I bring it back at the end saying, well, it's almost impossible to give a pitch without knowing if we could even help you in the first place. We're more consultative and less sales, and we just love AI and the power that it brings to businesses. His response, "Ping me your calendar." Again, I'm pretty sure I'm going to close this one. It's looking pretty good. And this one I actually closed today. So yesterday, when I actually recorded this video, I didn't have a clue what I was going, but I closed it on the first call, which was incredible. And I recorded it. So I can, as long as I get his permission, once everything's all sorted and done, I'll post that so you can see exactly how I closed this call, which is going to be really interesting. So again, generic, whatever. He put, "Sure, let's see it." Now, he actually told me today that he was been responding to all the cold emails that he's been getting about this sort of thing, to lead generation agencies, to people like me who've been reaching out saying the same sort of thing. But he hasn't had the best experience with AI agencies or even lead generation agencies. Plus, there's people out there doing the thing that I'm doing that are charging $2,000 a month. If you're closing that, absolutely incredible, well done. But I'd prefer these one-offs. So I'm not going to say the price that I've sold this one. Or should I? I don't know. Actually, I'm not going to say the price I sold it for. I'll tell you later down the line. In fact, you'll see on the video when it comes out of the sales conversation. Anyway, I said, "Thanks for your interest. Here's a video. We'll drop you a line tomorrow asking your thoughts if I haven't heard back by then." So I'm telling him what's going to happen. Half an hour later, how much is it? Looks great if it actually works. Who sets up the emails and domains? I have some we could use. So obviously he's gone straight in with the price and how much is it? If it actually works, I'm offended. He actually thought I was fully offended by that, which is quite funny. So I've gone in to say we're an AI and hyper automations company. We're not lead gen, but I do know what I'm on about when it comes to cold email deliverability. We have our own cold email infrastructure, which sets up the inboxes, configures the DNS records, and adds them to an email sending tool automatically. It's clever and certainly the most cheapest software out there, built and optimized by yours truly, but I'm not going to toot my own horn too much though. With regards to pricing, as you can imagine, so this is the bit really you want to see and you want to learn from. It varies from build to build depending on complexity. What might help you more though is if I understood a little bit more about what you do now, to see how it could get integrated and to see how much I think it will help you. It's all to do with you. And would that help you if we did that? Sorry to offend, yeah, whatever. And just came back with everything and we got it all booked in anyway. To follow up like a machine, hammer them, be a bit intrusive. They've responded to you, so there was some kind of interest, so make sure you're still following up. Maybe send 5 or 6 emails until you send that final one, where should we go from here one. And make sure you're closing with confidence as well when you're on the calls. Again, one of these calls that are coming up this week, I'll record all of them and get them on YouTube so you guys can see exactly how I do it when I'm on a call. If you think that's a great idea, hit the like button and expect to see that at some point this week. I'm really excited for that myself actually. But yeah, comment that, subscribe to me and drop a like. See you in the next one. Oh, and to the one person that has gone and disliked all my videos and got me from 100% like rate to lower, you little hater. You've given me sleepless nights tonight. You've really upset me. Anyway, see ya.